what Vedanta does. What Vedanta is doing is, it points out the truth. You see, Vedanta is called the Advaita Vedanta. It's called the direct path, the direct. There are other ways of coming to this truth. You may take it on faith. Religion proceeds on Vishwasa. Sri Ramakrishna says very important, Vishwasa, faith. That's how religion proceeds. But that kind of religion, the devotional kind of religion, Sri Hari exists. You must love and have faith in God and surrender to Him and daily worship. That's one way of doing it. There are yogic, mystical practices by which you can get direct, extraordinary experiences of God. That's also another way of doing it. But according to Advaita Vedanta, those are roundabout ways of doing it. There's a much more direct way of doing it. How? Just see that you are Brahman. Just see that this world is Brahman. How will I see? I cannot see. I'm trying to see. My eyes are open. Not that way. With the third eye, the eye of knowledge. And that's what Vedanta does. It opens our third eye, the eye of knowledge. What does it do? It points out. To follow the pointing out, we must listen carefully and try to understand what is being told to us. Many people ask, I've understood. Swami, it's done. I have listened to you carefully. I've understood. Now what do I do? As if you ask this question, you have not understood. So, we will closely follow what is being said here. Something is pointed out. It is strange to establish non-duality, not two. You need two steps. I gave a talk at the Vedanta Society in Southern California in Hollywood. 2 steps to the not two. What are the 2 steps? One is Atma Anatma Viveka. Separation of the self from the not self. And there the emphasis is not to separate self and not self as if they are 2 objects. I can separate the cap of the bottle from the bottle. But they're not like that. To see what we are not. Separation can be done in 2 ways. One is, 2 things are there, you separate them. Other way is, I see what I am not, so I am separate from it. There I do not see myself as an object, but I see what I am not as an object or as object. I am not the body. Why not? Well, because the body is drishya, I am drashta. Body is the seen, I am the seer. I am not the body. Why not? Because body is jada, object, insentient. I am conscious, I am aware. I am aware of the body. The body is not aware of me or anything else. Therefore, I am not the body. Then I am not the body. Why not? The body changes continuously from birth till old age, death. Whatever happens, the body is continuously changing. Birth is a change. The childhood is a change. Youth is a change. Middle age and maturity is a change. Old age is a change. Death is another change. 6-4 changes it goes through. Shadavikara. But I don't change. It says who? Everybody says that. You say it by your common sense. I am the same self. Whatever the self is, I am the same self who was there at birth and in babyhood and in teenage, youth, middle age, old age. I am the same person. You say it. Law says it. By law, you are the same person. Common sense says it. Most of all, your mom says it. You're the same person. So, the self is unchanging. Body is dramatically changing. Therefore, I am not the body. Another interesting argument was saguna nirguna. The self cannot have attributes. You say, says who? Are you stipulating it? Is it a law? No, logically. If anything that you perceive is an object and not the self, if you have attributes, if the self has attributes, it will become objective. Because then you can ask the question, are those attributes, are those properties, are those qualities, are they known or unknown? If they are known, if they are perceived, if they are understood, if they are objects of knowledge, then they must be objects. Objects of knowledge, object. But you have said the self is not an object. Therefore the self cannot have properties. Body clearly has properties, attributes. It has age and weight and gender and race and whatnot. So many properties are there in the body, many attributes, qualities of the body. Self by its very nature cannot have cannot have attributes. Therefore, saguna nirguna, body is saguna, sagunatvat. I am not body. What else did we see? Inner and outer, one and many. Body is composed of many parts. The self is always an identity, an individual, is a single unit, is one. The one and the many cannot be the same thing. The body is a complex conglomeration. Inner and outer, it's a psychological argument. The body always feels outer to me. And I feel I am in there somewhere. That Sanskrit words, pratyak, parak, pratyak inner, parak external. Inner and external cannot literally be the same. By very definition, my inner vest and my shirt cannot be the same. Outer wear, inner wear means it's inside and outside. Similarly, the self, if it is inner, I mean, it's a way of speaking, really. But psychologically, it works nicely. In fact, that's the psychology behind the panchakosha idea of the five, the concentric selves, the shells, you might say, the koshas, the sheaths which cover you. All within is a way of speaking. So, I am not the body. All these techniques, Atma, Anatma, Viveka, separation of self and not self, Drigdrishya Viveka, Panchakosha Viveka, Avasthatra Vichara, they all do one thing. They show you as not body and even more interestingly, not mind. I am not the body, not the mind. I exist. Clearly I exist. Nobody denies that we exist. And clearly I am aware, I am conscious. So consciousness and existence are my very nature. What I am. This is called Sat Chit. Existence awareness. Even in the words I am, notice there are two components. If you want to be a little more hair-splitting about it, I am. The existence, you can connect it to the existence part of it. Isness. Am. To exist. To be. And the I. In Hindi you will say Chetana Pradhana. When you say I feel I not only exist, but the emphasis is on the conscious existence. Do you see the slight difference? If you want to make a difference, are these legitimate? These differences, these ways of teaching Vedanta? I'm asking a meta question about a pedagogical question. One sadhu put it very beautifully. He said, it is in fact good that a teacher does this, expounds his or her own way with lot of embellishments, improvements, as long as you do not contradict the Siddhanta. You must not teach something, you must not run away with your fancy and teach something which directly contradicts the teaching of Advaita Vedanta. So as long as the Siddhanta of the text is maintained, as upheld, you are welcome to teach in as many ways, in as many examples, as many stories, as many arguments as you can come up with. All are welcome. But in Sanskrit there is a word apasiddhanta. It should not contradict. Apasiddhanta is cutting down the conclusion of your system of philosophy. You should not go in against what your system of philosophy proposes. So you can explain in these ways also. No harm. So I am existence awareness. I am. There's a new word which I like, presence. Some new Advaita teachers are using this word, presence. When you say presence, it includes, it has shades of both existence and awareness, right? Presence, suppose you are present here. We mean by that your existence. But it's a conscious existence. You never say, I feel the presence of the bottle, but I feel your presence. So it's an existence awareness, presence. I am. This is our nature. I give the example of the farmer irrigating his field, his rice field. खेत को तो सींचना है. You have to spread water all over the field. But where is your water? पानी तो आपका कुएं में फंसा है. Your water is trapped, stored in the well, but we are saying trapped in the well. Now what do you have to do? First you have to extract the water from the well and then spread it over. Similarly here, you have to see the whole world, you have to experience the whole world as one non-dual Brahman. Everything is, I and everything is one non-dual Brahman. But first of all, your non-dual Brahman phasa hua hai, kuएं mein, in the well. Which well? In the well of the body-mind. One must extract it from the body-mind, and then we will see how this world is Brahman. Extracting not physically. It is just pointed out what you are, and then you see that you are not the body, not the mind. Body is there, mind is there, but you are not the body, you are not the mind. We understand clearly what Shankaracharya was referring to when he would sing, Mano buddhyankara chittanina, I am not the mind, and he'll go on, not the senses, not the body. Then what am I? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Now comes the question, what is all this? This universe, this body also, what is it? I am pure consciousness, fine, I get it. But what is this universe? Instead of going very deep into it, I'll just give you the Vedantic conclusion and a few supporting arguments and pointers. What is this universe? See, The problem is, if you say there is oneness, immediately we'll say, I see many. How can you say there is oneness? If you say that I am this body mind, I am a jiva, why do you say it? I experience it. So to say that you are Brahman, Tattvamasi, this world, Sarvam Kalvedam Brahma, this whole world is Brahman, both of them run up against our experience, apparently. I will say, I am seeing people, I am seeing the world, I don't see Brahman, I don't see Atma, I don't see Satchidananda. And when I look at myself, I see the body, I see the mind, I see this fellow. And if you insist on consciousness, yes, I feel conscious also, I don't deny it. But that consciousness, this mind, this body, none of them seem to be what you are talking about. Limitless existence consciousness, please. So, the experience of the anatma, not self. Experience cannot be negated. Everybody experiences the not self. It cannot be negated. And the experience of oneself as jiva, it cannot be negated because I feel that I am a jiva. What Vedanta does is, instead of wiping out the experience of the world, instead of wiping out your experience of yourself as this body, mind, personality, it falsifies the anatma. I'll repeat that. What Vedanta does is, it does not wipe out your experience of the world. It does not wipe out your experience of anatma. It falsifies anatma. Mithyatva nischaya falsifies. What good does that do? A false thing cannot be counted along with a real thing. If I like a laddu, I eat a laddu. And then I like it so much, at night I dream about eating laddus. In my dream I eat 3 more laddus. In the morning will I say, total yesterday I had 4 laddus? Dr. Saab is sitting here, he will disapprove. Eating so many laddus. No, you cannot say that. You cannot say that. You have to say I ate 1 laddu. But then you experienced how many laddus? 4. 1 in the waking, and then you say 3, I imagine it felt like an experience. So I experienced 4 laddus. But having experienced 4 laddus, how come you're saying there only 1 laddu is there, I ate only 1 laddu? You experienced eating 4 laddus. But you're saying I ate only 1 laddu. Are you lying? No. What you are using is this principle. The false cannot be counted along with the real. The laddu which you ate in a waking state, you considered it to be real. And the laddu which you ate in dreams, you don't consider that to be real. Therefore, when you wake up next day, you will say, yesterday I ate 1, but I dreamt I ate 3 more. Now, what have you done? Mithyatva nischaya. You have falsified 3 laddus. You did not lie. The laddus were lies. You have falsified 3 laddus. Therefore, you cannot count those 3 laddus along with the 1 you ate in the waking state. So, how many laddus are there? 1. Similarly, if you falsify anatma, what is anatma? What are we talking about? Anatma is this whole universe. Anatma means not self. If you falsify the anatma, then only how many will be left? Atma. But the experience of anatma will continue. You'll keep on experiencing the world and the people and this body mind. Then what will happen? You will, while continuing to experience anatma with your eyes and ears, but you will know it is not anatma. It appears to be anatma. The atma alone is real. Then how many are you experiencing? Really speaking, 1. All the others are appearances. Since they cannot be counted along with the 1, like 3 laddus and 1 laddu. So since they cannot be counted along with the 1, the appearance of the non-self, the Atma, cannot be counted along with the Atma. Then the Atma becomes only one reality. Like the 1 laddu you ate. One reality. And that one reality, and that you appears as so many. But all those so many, you will say, though it appears as so many, not 2. There is no second there. There is only this one. Not 2, Advaitam. Do you see the chain of logic, how it is going? So, falsification of the world. And our own jiva nature. Falsification. Not that I am false. My jivatva is false. Jivatva, body-mind nature. Why? This body-mind is also part of Anatma, this entire universe. It's an appearance. One beautiful statement I heard in Hindi, I'll tell you and translate. This distinguishes the path of jnana from yoga. Advait pratiti ko mitata nahi hai Mahatma ji. Advait aapko vyavahar mein nirbad banata hai. Very beautifully said. I think it was Akhandananda Saraswati who said it. We used to teach here in Delhi decades ago. Very well put. Advaita does not seek to wipe out your experience of the world. Who seeks to wipe out your experience of the world? Those fellows. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. No world, no body, no mind. Then what remains? That is supposed to be realized in that state. It's a state of samadhi. So that's wiping out the experience of the world. Advaita does not wipe out your experience of the world. But in the world, the Advaita makes you limitless, infinite. That means no second is there apart from you in the world. And the result of that will be Jivan Mukti while experiencing the world. Anyway, this is basically the background of what's going to happen now. What Advaita basically does is, it says, whatever appears to you, it's an appearance in consciousness. You can't deny it. After all, the world, is it not an appearance in consciousness? And therefore, it is not other than consciousness. It is something appearing to you just as a world appears to us in our dreaming mind, in our dreams. Similarly, this world is appearing to us in consciousness. The world appears to you, the conscious being. Step one. It appears in you, consciousness, in consciousness. And it is nothing other than you. Can you match it with the dream? In our dreams, the world appears to us. I am there in the dream and I am watching a world, people, including my own body. So it is appearing to me. The world is appearing to me. But after waking up, when I look back upon the world I experienced in the dream, what will I say? It appeared in me. Are you following? I'm just talking about your dream, our dreams. The world of the dreams, the contents of our dream, where were they? If I ask for a location, in my mind, you will say, Swami, it was a dream. It was in my mind, it was in my imagination. It was in me. And step three, it is nothing other than me. I myself became the whole world of, became means quote unquote, appeared as the whole world of dreams in my dream. True or not? Similarly, in consciousness, in the waking state itself, what Advaita is proposing is something radical, dramatic. This world is appearing to you. Nobody denies that. I see it, I hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it. The world is appearing to me. I interact with it. This is where I do Drishya Viveka and Panchakosha Viveka and Avastatra and all that. But the result of that Viveka will be, the world is not only appearing to me, but it is appearing in consciousness. Let me give you one little argument here. Is this world outside me or inside me? Now we will say it is outside. This bottle is outside. And it's not inside. But then I'm speaking as the body. As the body, there is something inside the body which is inside this skin here. And there is something outside the body. Bottle is there, microphone, all of you, everything in this universe outside the body. And there are some things which are inside the body. As the body. But stand as consciousness, as awareness. What is in awareness? Say everything, whatever I experience is in awareness. And I'll give a little hint here, something dramatic. Whatever you do not experience, whatever is not yet in your sensory field, it's still there in your awareness as the unknown. I'll repeat that again. The whole universe is in your awareness. If I say this, you will object immediately. You say, no, Swami. I understand what you mean, but only this much is in my awareness. What I can see, what I can hear, what I can touch, smell, taste, that much is in my awareness. What I can think of, what I can remember, that much is in my awareness. But outside this is a vast, vast universe. It's not in my awareness. It is outside my awareness. No. I am saying, can we wrap our minds around this? It's simple, but it's also because of its simplicity, took me a long time to understand. The difference between consciousness and knowledge. Between awareness and knowledge. This whole universe, I am saying, it may not be in your knowledge. Only a part of it is in your knowledge. Rest of it is unknown. But as known and unknown, both are in your awareness, in your consciousness. Think about it. To help you to think about it, I'll give you an example. In your dream, let's use the dream example again. Suppose in your dream you are walking around in Gurgaon. And in your dream you feel, I'm walking here in the streets of Gurgaon, and here is the ashram. And of course I know a little further down is New Delhi, and there is another ashram in Delhi, and there is the airport and the train station and all of that. Beyond that is the rest of India. All beyond my visual perception. My visual perception, only this part of Gurgaon is seeing. But when you wake up from the dream, this is all dream. When you wake up from the dream, you will realize that part of Gurgaon which I was seeing, plus New Delhi, plus airport and station, and rest of India and rest of the universe, all of it was in my mind as the unknown part of the dream. Does that make sense? In the dream also there is something known and unknown. In the dream, you don't feel only this much is there and rest is nothing is there. That would be a very strange dream. You'd feel it's just like an ordinary waking experience. Something is known, something is unknown. But when you wake up from the dream, you feel known and unknown were both in my mind, the dreaming mind. Similarly, the entire universe of the known and the unknown is in consciousness. There's a difference between consciousness and knowledge. There's a difference between Sakshi and Pramata. Sakshi, witness consciousness. Pramata, the knower. Let me give you an argument. I'm borrowing this from Bernardo Castro. He says, this idea that materialism has taught us the world exists outside consciousness. Outside body, definitely. But body and the world both are existing in consciousness. Our general idea is no. Here is the world, vast world. In that, a tiny thing is my body. In this body, there is a little bit tiny thing. Somehow it is there. It is mind, consciousness and all. That's it. This is our idea. Our idea, vast physical universe. In that tiny physical being, there is a tiny thing called a mind and a consciousness. And this is our understanding. Bernardo Castro says, this position is untenable. It is ridiculous. How? He gives an argument, 4 steps. Argument in 4 steps to show the ridiculousness of the materialist perspective. This is from his book, The Analytic Idealism. 4 steps. Step 1. What are we trying to prove here? That's how weird or how wrong the materialistic perspective is. What is the materialistic perspective? The universe is a material reality existing outside. He says, step 1. I am conscious. In this step 1, nobody has any dispute. We all feel it's correct. I am conscious. Whether you are materialist, idealist, Advaitist, Dvaitist, whatever you are, Hindu, Christian, atheist, everybody agrees without any doubt that I am conscious. That cannot be denied. That was Descartes' discovery. It cannot be denied. I am conscious. Step 2. 4 steps. Step 2. Little relaxation of logical rigor. Step 2. Others are also conscious. Everybody else, there's consciousness in everybody. Now here you might say, it's not as evident as that. Logically speaking, we all agree everybody is conscious, but logically speaking, the way we experience our own consciousness, we don't experience the consciousness of others. We don't even experience their minds. This in philosophy is called the problem of other minds. So, others are also conscious. Let us grant it. Step 2. On what basis, on what grounds will you grant it? There is one good reasonable ground, that if it has happened once, it can happen twice, thrice, billion times also. I know it has happened once, that consciousness has happened once. Where? In me. I have no doubt about it. Step 1. So step 2 is, others are also conscious. Okay. Step 3, more doubtful claim. There is something outside consciousness called matter, which I experience only in consciousness. But I'm saying it exists outside consciousness, beyond consciousness, by itself. This is a very big stretch. And the 4th one, he says, is absolutely atrocious. That so-called matter existing outside consciousness is producing me, the consciousness, and all my conscious experiences. That is too much of a stretch. Let me run through the 4 steps again. Think about it. I am conscious. No problem here at all. Check, just check. Even if you're dreaming, you're still conscious. So, number 2, others are also conscious. Fine. Number 3, outside consciousness exists something called matter. It is experienceable only in consciousness, but we are proclaiming that there is something independent called matter. Okay, number 3. Last of all, this matter, so-called matter, which exists independently of consciousness, we don't know how, but it is producing this absolutely certain consciousness and all our conscious experiences through body and brain and nervous system. So this is an atrocious argument, he says. Matter is an appearance in consciousness. This is the Advaitic position. One can argue it, a lot of argument, it will take full class, it will go away, but we don't have time for that. What Shankara does in this book, I will say in a more poetic, way, nice way, he is showing us. Yadvan mridi ghata bhrantim shuktau va rajata sthitim tadvad brahmani jivatvam vikshamanena pashyati. He says, just as we see a ghata, a pot, a jar in clay, or the seashell, it shines on the seashore like silver. This is called rajate, Shukto rajata bhranti, rajata silver. Shukti is the seashell. Tadvad brahmani jivatvam vikshamanena pashyati. Upon examination, you don't find it. This is just like that is the jiva. Brahman appears, consciousness appears as a jiva. Let's understand what he's saying here. What is he talking about? Ourselves, our jiva nature. And he says, actually, what is it like? It's like a pot which appears in the clay. You might say at this point, Swami, I don't like your language. What do you mean pot appears as the clay? The pot has become the clay. We have made the pot into the clay. Have you? If you examine the clay pot, what will you find? Clay. If you touch it, what are you touching? Clay. If you examine at the top, clay, bottom clay, inside clay, outside clay. Where is the pot? You say, this is it, Swami. No, that's the clay. Where is the pot? If you are using another name, show me another object. One name is clay. This is the clay. You are holding it. You are using another name, pot. I will keep this. You show me your pot. You cannot. The podium is made of wood. When you touch it, you say touch wood. You don't say touch podium. You know it's through and through wood. So vikshamane, upon examination, though the pot will continue to appear, though you will still call it a pot, though you will still use it to keep water or milk, nama rupa vyavahara will continue. But he says upon examination you will find nothing but clay there. Similarly, he says, if you examine the jiva, you will find that it is only consciousness. Jiva, body, mind. Body, mind is also consciousness. At this point, someone may ask, just a minute, yesterday did you not say body is drishya, so I am not drishta, and I am not the body. Body is jada, I am consciousness, body is not conscious, you are saying. Now you are saying body is nothing but consciousness. Aren't you contradicting yourself? You see, yesterday what did we do? Drashta and drishya are separate. I said drashta is separate from drishya. The seer is separate from the seen. I am not the body because the body is the seen. I am consciousness because I am the one experiencing the body. Now you are saying consciousness, the body is not separate from consciousness. The body is not separate from the drashta. So the secret is here. If you have listened to me carefully, drashta so drishya se alag hai. Lekin drishya drashta se alag nahi hai. I'll repeat. The seer is distinct, separate from the seen. But the seen is not separate from the seer. All that you see in your dreams, you the dreamer, you are separate from all that you see in your dreams. Because you wake up, you are still there. The dreamt objects will disappear. But the dreamt objects are not separate from you. They are nothing but you. What are the dreamt objects? Drishya, what I saw in the dream. Who is the experiencer of those dreamt objects? The dreamer. The dreamer is separate from the dream objects. But the dream objects are not separate from the dreamer. Drashta is separate from drishya. Drishya is not separate from drashta. What he's saying here is, consciousness is distinct and independent from body and mind. That is correct. That was what we did yesterday. But body, mind are not distinct and independent from consciousness. What are they? They are appearances in consciousness. Think about it. The second step is more difficult. First step is actually quite easy. I am consciousness. I am the drashta. I am the chit. I am the nirvikara. I am the nirguna. I am the self. All our others are objects, drishya. This is easier because you can directly see that those things are also nothing but me. Those people are also nothing but me. This body mind which I separated from myself is nothing but me. To understand in what sense it is being said. Then this is another example. The silver which appears in the seashell, exactly like the clay and pot, different kind of example. But both he says explains or shows or is meant to illustrate how the jiva nature, body mind appears in consciousness. Then he goes on, more examples. Number 60. Yatha mridi ghato nama kanake kundalabhidha shuktau hi rajata khyati jiva shabdas tatha pare. Just as earth is described as a jar, gold as an earring, and a nacre as silver, so is Brahman described as jiva. What a tremendous thing he's saying. Just as you see this clay in the form of a pot, what do you call it? Pot. Just as you see this gold in the form of earring, what do you call it? You don't call it gold, you call it earring. Just as you see the seashell and it's shining like silver, that silver, you call it, it's actually a seashell. The seashell, you call it the silver. You say seashell, you're calling it silver by mistake. Similarly, he's saying exactly like that. Brahman, Satchidananda, the infinite existence, consciousness, bliss, is called Jiva, is called you. Brahman is called you. Literally, right now. Earlier, we thought, I understand. I'm not the body, not the mind. Then I am Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. That's a difficult thing. Now you're saying exactly as you are. Brahman is appearing as this. You are appearing as this. Body, mind. What is appearing as body, mind? That same Chidananda Rupa Shivoham is appearing as body, mind. And therefore, you cannot count thrice. Body, mind, then Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. No, no, no. It is one and without a second. Which one is it? Is it body? Is it mind? Materialists will say that. Psychologists will say that. Advaitin says, no, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham alone is appearing as body, mind. Then, Yathaiva Vyomni Nilatvam Yatha Niram Marusthale Purushatvam Yatha Sthanau Tadvad Vishwam Chidatmani. Many more examples. Look outside, you will see a bright blue sky. At last, we are able to see mostly grey sky. We were in the Himalayas, blazing blue sky. Excellent. You know, in the New York there, in walk in Central Park, beautiful blue skies are there. Far better than that, more crystal clear than that. In the Himalayas we were seeing just a couple of weeks back. This is the best weather to see that. So, blue sky. But the sky is not blue. Sky has no color. And when we learn that for the first time in school, in our science class, we learned that the sky is actually not blue and how it gets the blue color. Then we go out and then look up and what do we see? Blue sky. Sky is blue, but now we know with our these eyes we are seeing blue sky. With this eye, third eye of knowledge, we know it is not blue, it looks blue. Yathaiva vyomni nilatvam, as there is blueness or blue color in the sky, which is not blue. Yatha niram marusthale, as the water appears in the mirage. It's a desert. In the desert, that place there is no water. It looks like an oasis. Mirage. As in a pillar, a post, wooden post in distance, in the darkness somebody was going and they saw a human being standing there. A tree stump with two dried branches like this. From distance it seems like a man standing like this. That is called sthanu, a tree stump. And purushatvam, you see that there is a human being by mistake. In some cases you will see the mistake will go away. If you go near the mirage, you will see it's a desert. The water will go away. We'll come back a little further, you will see it is again water appears. The blue color in the sky. As you go closer to it, you will see there's no blue color. When you look up there, blue color. Similarly, after realization, you realize through and through there's only one existence, consciousness, bliss. When you look around, what do you see? Human beings, body, mind, world. Same light, same limitless consciousness appears as what? This, here. And as the jiva, you. Then some more examples. So many examples he is giving us. Yathaiva shunye vetalo gandharvanam puram yatha yatha kashe dvichandratvam tadvat satye jagat sthitihi. It is just as the appearance of a ghost in an empty place, of a castle in the air, or of a second moon in the sky is illusory, so is the appearance of the universe in Brahman. So, it's an empty place, suddenly something is moving, you see, you feel it's a ghost. Vetal, you say Vetal. We had Vikramaditya and Vetal stories when we were kids. I don't know if kids these days see, whether there's some TV or cartoon for them, TV serial. It's a ghost. You feel there's a ghost, but there is nothing really. But it looks like that, and you get scared also. Tadvat satye jagat sthiti. Exactly like that ghost in an empty place where there's nothing, empty. The ghost appears. Similarly, the world appears in Brahman. Then, Gandharvanam puram yatha. You're flying in the aircraft, or from here itself you see. On the plane you can see even more clearly the huge accumulations of cumulus clouds with fantastic shapes, like human head, like castles in the air. In Sanskrit, Gandharva Nagari. There are these semi-divine beings, that is the city of those Gandharvas. But they are just cloud formations. There's nothing else there. Similarly, he says, there's only Brahman. It appears as this. Gurgaon. Yatha akashe dvichandratvam. This is another example. You see a full moon, beautiful full moon you see. When you put pressure on your eyeball like this, you will see two moons. It's an illusion. How many are there? One. How many do you see? Two. Similarly, how many is there? Oneness. But what do you see? Two-ness. 2, 3, 4, 5, millions, billions. So exactly like that, one Brahman alone exists and you are that Brahman. More examples. Yatha taranga kallole jalam eva spuratyalam patra rupena tam ramhi brahmando ghaistathatmata. Then he says, just as the ripples and waves, what are they? Water only. The copper urns, what is it? Copper only, tamra. Similarly, he says, look at this universe. What is it? Atma, self. Even not saying Brahman, he says you. You alone are this entire universe. More examples. Sometimes repetition is there. Ghatanamna yatha prithvi patanamna hi tantavaha jagannamna chidabhati geyam tattadabhavataha. Ghatanamna yatha prithvi, as clay appears as the pot, same example again. Patanamna hi tantava, this cloth, what is it? It's threads. No, there is a cloth also. No, apart from the threads, there is no cloth. If you analyze this cloth, you'll find it's threads woven, the warp and woof of the weaving. It's a beautiful example. The Brahma, this universe is just woven, or just like threads. Pure consciousness is woven into this universe. Or the universe appears like a cloth in threads. Similarly, Jagat Namna Chidabhati. Consciousness alone appears as Jagat. Consciousness of what consciousness? You. You are appearing as this universe. Just like you appear in a dream. And so on. These examples are multiplying. Therefore, two great implications. Who are you? Aham Brahmasmi, really speaking. Apparently, I am this fellow. What is all this? Word. Apparently, really, Brahman. I have given the example of Swami Ramanandaji, who is in Banaras now. He told me the story. He went to visit Swami Sarvapriyanandaji once. He was a student at that time. He met Swami Sarvapriyanandaji. Sarvapriyanandaji suddenly, he touched him like this, and Swami Ramanandaji quickly, he reacted, he jerked back in surprise. And the old Swami said to him, there, other than that, there is no rascal called God. Oi, other than the one which got startled, kono shala bhagavan nei. But what does he mean? It doesn't mean that young man is God and there's no God other than that. That would be atheism. That would be megalomania. No. What he means is what you truly are. And that he pointed out, you are truly this consciousness, this awareness. Other than that, there is no God. I will say there is no God, there is no jiva, there is no world also. That consciousness alone appears as the triad of you, the jiva, your world, and the God who rules this world. I'll repeat, you, the consciousness, which is listening right now, you are appearing as this world, and the God who rules as the world, and as the person you now. When I say you are appearing, I don't mean you, the person, are appearing. You, that consciousness, is appearing as this person, as the world, and as the God who rules this world. Jiva Jagat Ishvara is one consciousness. Who is that consciousness? Tattvamasi. You are that. This is what Vedanta is saying. The next verse, number 65, is a wonderful verse. Sarvopi vyavaharastu brahmana kriyate janehi ajnananna vijananti mrideva hi ghatadikam. All vyavahara, all activities, whatever you do in life, spiritual, non-spiritual, good, bad, ugly, whatever we do in life, all you are doing in and through Brahman only. Vyavahara, the pot, whether you put milk in it, or you put water in it, or you put wine in it, or you use it as a flower pot, or you leave it empty. Is all this possible? All these vyavahara, transactions, how are they possible? Because you are all the time dealing with clay only. Whatever use you put the pot to, whatever you do with the pot, you're doing with clay. Similarly, he says, whatever you do in this world, sarve api vyavaharastu brahmana kriyate janaihi, by ordinary people. Whatever vyavahara they are doing in the world, enjoyment, suffering, eating, drinking, sleeping, working, playing, Politics, religion, waking, dreaming, sleeping, all of that is being done only with Brahman. Ajnanatna vijananti. Because of ignorance, they don't know this. But a powerful, powerful verse. Remember, whatever you are doing, it is Brahman and Brahman alone. You are immersed in an ocean of existence, consciousness, bliss. You don't see it. That is the meaning of the verse we chant every day. Brahmarpanam Brahmavi, Brahmagno Brahmanahutam, Brahmevatena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. In every activity, the one who sees Brahman in every activity, that one realizes Brahman. The one who is doing the action is Brahman. The instrument with which you are doing the action is Brahman. The one who is getting the benefit is Brahman. The activity itself is Brahman. Shankaracharya just puts it in one sentence. This sentence is worth remembering. Sarvopi vyavaharastu brahmana kriyate janahi. No trace here of world is false. No. I am not body, mind, Chidan. I am only Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. Forget all that. Brahman only. One non-dual Brahman. That's all that exists. Then you'll see. But I see the world. I'm speaking with a microphone. I'm driving with a car. You're saying, where is this Brahman? You're saying, this is Brahman. The car is Brahman. I'm eating with a spoon. You're saying the spoon is Brahman? He says here, next, number 67. Grihyamane ghate yadvad mrittikayati vaibalat vikshamane prapanchepi brahmeva bhati bhasuram. Just as consciousness of the earth forces itself upon our minds while thinking of a jar, so also does the idea of ever-shining Brahman flash on us while contemplating the phenomenal world. Translation spoils it. Contemplating the idea of a jar. Why would anybody contemplate a jar? Vikshamanam is seeing. When you see that podium, he says, Balat, by force. What are you forced to see? What are you forced to see? Wood. Oh, you think podium. Swami, you are forcing us to see the podium. But what forcefully appears to you? Wood. You cannot avoid it. The moment you see the podium, you're forced to see the wood. The moment you touch the wave, you're forced to touch the water. He says, moment you touch the pot, you're forced to touch clay. The moment you see the pot, you're forced to see the clay. Vikshamane prapanchopi. And when you see the world, when you see, hear, smell, taste, touch, experience the world, when you live your life, when you're enjoying, when you're suffering, you're forced. He says, what a beautiful word. Brahmeya bhati bhasuram. Brahman is blazing forth. Bhasuram, blazing forth. Unmistakably. We don't see, we don't have eyes. But the enlightened one sees. When? Not just in meditation. Ramakrishna says, with eyes closed there is God, eyes open there is no God. What kind of God is that? Eyes open there is God. Driving there is God. Sitting there is God. Writing there is God. Enjoying there is God. Suffering there is God. Sri Ramakrishna, dying of cancer, Mahananda. How? In the dying of cancer with the terrible pain, and none of it is denied. He sees it is one consciousness alone appearing as that way. In that way. It says Bhasuram, blazing forth, it cannot be denied. Try to see the podium and stop seeing the wood, you can't. But then exactly like that, for the enlightened one, when the enlightened one experiences the world, just like us, with eyes, with skin, touching, tasting, thinking, talking, enjoying, suffering, the enlightened one can't stop experiencing Brahman. This is the meaning. Pratibodha veditam matam amritatvam hivindate. When in every experience, unstoppably, choicelessly, effortlessly, instantaneously, directly, you experience Brahman, that is enlightenment. This is from Kenopanishad. Let me comment here on the name Aparoksha Anubhuti. Anubhuti, experience. And remember, every experience, consciousness plus object is experience. Isn't that? Consciousness plus object is experience. Now some experiences you need instruments. I want to experience seeing all of you. What do I need? I need eyes, I need you to be present here, I need the place to be lit up nicely. All of that, especially with the eyes, this is the karana, the instrument of experience. Chakshusha, this is called pratyaksha. Experience through eyes. Or ears, now I'm listening, ears. Or skin, or taste, or smell. These are all called pratyaksha. What we experience through our senses, pratyaksha. Then there are many things which we know, but we don't experience through our senses. I know at 5 o'clock we have to stop. Beyond 5 o'clock, something else will happen. How do I know? Am I experiencing? No. That is paroksha. I have read it in the schedule. Shruti pramana. So, the text has informed me. There are many things which we have read on our news. Many things we have read in our school books. Many things we have read in our religious books. Heaven is there. Have you experienced? No. How do you know? Because my religious book tells me I believe in my religious book. Good. That is called paroksha, beyond the range of the akshi. That means our senses. Akshi literally means eyes, but by extension, all senses. So two kinds of experience we have. Anubhuti. Pratyaksha anubhuti, paroksha anubhuti. Pratyaksha anubhuti, this one. Paroksha anubhuti, many things you know, but you're not seeing right now. Paroksha, beyond the range of your senses. But now, my own existence, this Satchidanand, that I am awareness, how do I know this? It is not by seeing. Right now, you are there. If I ask you, such and such person is there, you look around. Ah, is there. How do you know? I saw it. But if I ask you, are you here? Will you say, wait a minute, Swami. I am here. No, you will never look at yourself. But your own existence is not proved by pratyaksha. Your own existence is also not proved by paroksha. Later on, somebody may check, is that such and such person, were they here in the retreat? They will check the attendance or the person or email list or something. By text, by information from the text, you will get information paroksha, that such a person was there. About your own attendance, will you check? Let me see. Am I there or not? No, you will not check a text. You know I am here. You know I am here. Such and such person is there. Let me see the list. Maybe he's here. It says it will attend. But I am here. I don't have to check. Did I? Let check the email. Am I here or not? No. My own existence is self-luminously, effortlessly available to me all the time, without any Vedanta also. You don't have to check Vedanta also. So it's not pratyaksha, it's not paroksha. This is called aparoksha. That which we are aware of, without sensory experience, not depending on other sources, anumana or shruti pramana, others, directly available to us. This is called aparoksha. If you translate, non-indirect experience. So not sensory not sensory experience, not beyond the senses, but non-indirect. That means sometimes translated as direct experience. So this is the meaning of aparoksha anubhuti. What does he want to mean here in this text, aparoksha anubhuti? Two meanings are there. One direct meaning is our realization that I am Brahman. This is called aparoksha anubhuti. Brahma jnana, enlightenment, is called aparoksha anubhuti. Even deeper meaning, Brahman itself, Atman itself, you yourself, you are aparoksha anubhuti. Not an experience of yourself. Your very nature is aparoksha anubhuti. That which is directly shining all the time effortlessly. That is aparoksha anubhuti. Atma or Brahma is aparoksha anubhuti. And the Brahma Jnana enlightenment, it's also aparoksha anubhuti. So these are the meanings. Now there is a very beautiful verse that whenever, for the enlightened one, whenever you experience, I will not even say enlightened one, let me make a direct translation. Contemplating a pot, the idea of clay you cannot avoid. No. See a pot, you are seeing clay. It says, contemplating on the phenomenal world, ever shining Brahman will flash. Even in brackets, the idea of ever shining Brahman spoiled the whole thing. Distanced it from you. While you are experiencing the world, Brahman is being experienced. Choicelessly, you can't help it. Effortlessly, you can't help it. You have no choice in the matter. The enlightened one will experience, quote unquote, experience Brahman in every experience. Choicelessly so. So that is the vastu sthiti, that's the state of affairs. That's what it is right now. I am not experiencing, no matter how much you shout, Swami. Now what do we do? I have heard, I have reasoned about it, I sort of get it. If we are in that state, the next recommendation is Vedantic meditation. And Shankaracharya gives 15 techniques of Vedantic meditation, which you will get from verse number 101 onwards. Yes, 102 onwards. 15 techniques of meditation. But what he does there, you will see, he uses the yogic terms, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, the yogic terms. But he gives new Advaitic meaning. Let me give one example. All of this you will find, the whole list of classes is there, where verse by verse we have done everything. But let me give one example. Verse number 119 to 120. Pranayama. 119, 120. Nishedhanam prapanchasya rechakakhya samiranah brahmaivasmiti yavritti purako vayuriritaha tatas tadvritti naischalyam kumbhaka prana sanyamah ayam chapi prabuddhanam ajnanam ghana pidanam. So, he says, what is pranayama? Now, for this, to understand this, we must know what is yogic pranayama. You know, many of you practice, we practice, thanks to Baba Ramdev. It is popular across India and different parts of the world. Yogic pranayama is three parts. Breathing in, holding the breath, releasing the breath. Breathing in, puraka. Holding the breath, kumbhaka. Releasing the breath, rechaka. And it's done in a ratio. What is the ratio? 1, that is 4 is to 16 is to 8. 4, 16, 8. 4 count, breathe in. 16 counts, hold. 8 counts, release. Then again to the other nostril, 4 counts, breathe in. 16 counts, hold. 8 counts, release. That is one pranayama. He says, Shankaracharya says, no. Rechaka, you start with breathing out. What is breathing out? Nishedhanam prapanchasya rechakakhya samiranah. That the world is an appearance in consciousness. That is breathing out. Breathe out the universe. You can tag it with your breathing, but afterwards let it be. Just breathe out. See that the universe is an appearance. Then breathe in. What is that breathing in? He says, Brahmaivasmi, I am pure consciousness. This universe is appearing. Where is it appearing? This podium is appearing. Where is it appearing? In wood. This universe is appearing. Where is it appearing? In consciousness. I am that consciousness. That is Aham Brahmasmi. That is breathing in. Then holding the breath means Vritti Naischalyam. Stay with that realization, I am Brahman. At least try to stay. That is holding the breath. This is pranayama. In breath, out breath, world is an appearance in consciousness. In breath, I am consciousness. Holding the breath, stay as I am consciousness. Then let it go again. World is an appearance. I am consciousness. Stay with that I am consciousness. Like this. And then he says, Ayam chapi prabuddhanam. This is the pranayama of wise people, Advaitins. But then he said, but we learned like this. He says, Ajnanam grana pidanam. That one, it is torturing the nose. Torturing the nose. He's mischievous. Remember, he's a teenager. He's pulling the leg of the yogis. Not that he's against it. At the end of this book, he will say all those, that pranayama you did and all of that, they are very beneficial. Don't stop. He will say, don't stop doing it. They are all preliminary to Brahma-jnana, but they are all beneficial. They will all help you. Everything that is mentioned here. But all, in many places, he makes fun. Sitting, posture. We have a whole explanation of what posture is. And the Hatha Yoga teacher will give you a lot of, will correct your posture. We had a great teacher, Hatha Yoga teacher in the Vedanta Society recently, Eddie Stern. He's very well known in Manhattan. He teaches this yoga for a long time. He's been teaching. He came, he's telling us the health benefits of good posture. So here, Shankaracharya will say, posture means this straight sitting in I am Brahman. That is good posture. But is sitting straight? What is the use of sitting like a dead tree trunk? Kashta, tree trunk dead, it's like sitting like this. So, like this, he is humorous sometimes, not always. So the 15 techniques are there. Then he says, practice these 15 techniques until this error that I am not Brahman is gone. Until this error, I understand it, I feel like that also, but it goes away. That error will be gone forever. In the midst of life also, in the midst of the difficult circumstances in life. If Sri Ramakrishna can say, dying of cancer, I am in great bliss. You don't have to go so far. Please don't die of cancer, but be in great bliss. So, for that, these 15 techniques are there. Then, 2 verses I'll read out and just give you the gist of the meaning and stop. Karye karanata yata. This is 135. 135 I'll read and 139. These 2 very nice verses. Karye karanata yata karanena hi karyata karanatvam tato gacchit karyabhave vicharatah. He says, in the effect, see the cause, And in the cause, you see there is no effect. Therefore, the causality of the cause is lost upon inquiry. What do you mean? Very, very simple. In the effect means product. What is the product? Podium. In the effect, podium, see the cause. What is the cause? Wood. Can you see? Can you see wood? Can you see the podium first? Yes, we can see the podium. Now can you see the wood? When you see the podium, that's the effect, product. When you see the wood, that's the cause. Now when you examine this podium, you will find it is wood through and through. For the time being, neglect all the plastic and the equipment. You see, it's like a wooden table or a clay pot. He's using the example of clay pot. You see, it is wood through and through. Top is wood, bottom is wood, sides are wood, inside is wood. Through and through there is wood. Only the wood is there, only the cause is there. Where is the effect? Where is the podium? The Swami, there is the podium. Where? It is wood only. What you are calling podium is just a name. If I take the wood away, show me the podium. If two things are real, if the book and the bottle are real, I can show you the book without the bottle. I can show you the bottle without the book. But if the podium and the wood are real, can you show me the podium without the wood? The Swami, can you show me the wood without the podium? Of course. Before it was produced, it was wood. One day it will be sold for scrap, it will be wood. So, the wood remains, the cause remains, the effect cannot be found if you search for it in that way. Even when the name is there, the form is there, use is going on, but there is no separate entity there called, there is nothing other than wood. And then, so the causality of the cause is lost. Subtle point. Cause is wood. Effect is podium. So the wood has causality. It produced wood. It produced the podium. But if you cannot find a real podium, then what did the wood produce? Nothing. It was wood. It remains wood. It will be wood forever. I mean afterwards. Therefore, in between also, there was no podium earlier, before the wood was turned into this product. There was no podium earlier. Later, when the podium is destroyed, there will be no podium also. But what Vedanta is saying is that in between also there is no podium. Now also there is no podium. There is only the name of a podium, the form of a podium, and the use of a podium. But then what is there? Wood? No. Think about it. It's a very strange way of thinking. So what? Now look at this world. Consciousness you find, or existence. In everything you will find existence. Just like you find wood in throughout that podium. And existence or consciousness alone appears as this world. And when you examine the world, you will find existence, isness, and the rest is just names, forms, and activities. Like podium name, podium form, and podium activity. But it is through and through existence consciousness. Brahman, Satchidananda. And therefore, Brahman is not even a cause of the world, because no real world was ever produced. And therefore, last verse I'm going to 139. Karye hi karanam pashyet, paschat karyam visarjayet, karanatvam tato gachet, avashishtam bhavet munihi. See the cause in the effect. What is the effect? World, body, mind. What is the cause? Consciousness. I am not the body, not the mind, I am consciousness. Then, he says, paschat karyam visarjayet. Then let go of the effect. Let go of the podium. Let go of the podium means see that it is a name only. It's a form only. It is a use only. Nama rupa vyavahara. Body, mind is name, form and use only. What is there really? Consciousness and consciousness alone. Then karanatvam tato gachet. The causality of the cause is lost. Consciousness never produced a world or universe of body, mind. It appears as the world, body, mind. What remains after all this? Very beautifully he says, avashishtam bhavet munihi. What remains is you. You, the consciousness, remains. He will not say, consciousness remains. No, you remain. You are that one. You are that consciousness. 138 is also interesting. I'll just read that and connect it to what Sri Ramakrishna has said. Karanam vyatirekena pumanadau vilokayet anvayena punastadhi karye nityam prapashyati. 138. See the cause separately from the effect first. Then see the cause in and through the effect forever. What does it mean? Exactly what Sri Ramakrishna said. First, leave everything behind, climb to the roof of the house and find out what that roof of the house is made of. See the cause. Then, anvayena, then look back upon the whole house which you left behind. You see through and through that same concrete, bricks and mortar by which the roof is made, everywhere. Exactly what is said here in philosophical language. What is said here sounds mysterious. First, separate the cause from the effect. See the cause alone, apart from the effect. Then, in and through the effect, forever see the cause. Sri Ramakrishna puts it much more simply. First, go to the roof of the house. See that the roof of the house is made of bricks, lime, mortar, and all. And then look back upon what you left. All of that whole house is made of the same thing. First, by neti neti, you realize I am not the body, not the mind, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. But then you see mind, body, universe is also Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. Then what remains? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. But what will you experience? Blue sky. Open your eyes, blue sky again. World will appear again. Mirage. Go away far from the mirage, it will again look like that. But Vivekananda says it will have lost its hold upon us. It will neither tempt you nor terrify you. Nothing here will pull you, nothing here will scare you also. Then it is joy and joy alone. Paramananda. You will live through life with a faint smile on your lips. You'll be happy in every situation of life. Nothing will scare you, nothing will trap you. You will feel one with everybody. The result of all this is great love for all. Sri Ramakrishna says, after enlightenment, Gyan hole ki hai. What happens after enlightenment? He says, Manush Narom hai. One becomes soft. You cannot hurt anybody. Same divinity there. They may not realize it, you see it. And they are Atmiya, they are you. You, as you feel one with everybody, you don't even love the other, you feel one with others. They will also feel it. When you live like that, that living this truth is called Jivan Mukti. That is another story. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Vivekananda.